Hey, how's it going? We'll be getting started in a couple minutes here. What's up, Cash Cards? Rob opens wax. Thank you for joining. We're cracking open the good stuff tonight. Flair 91. Thanks everybody for joining in. This event is to celebrate 100 subscribers on the channel. I really appreciate everybody's support. Thank you for liking and subscribing and commenting and just being interactive on the channel. It really makes it exciting for me to continue to bring good stuff here, and hopefully I'm doing that for you. Tonight I'm doing one of my favorite things, which is to look for provisions. Fleer 91 is one of those sets people hated back in the day. But the one bright spot they have are these Provision art cards, and it's a really fun set. It is one of these I say it's good to tape off a crime scene with, right? So I'm gonna just start ripping right away because we've got to get through as many as we can. And I might not go through every card in the pack. We're probably just gonna sneak a peek at the first couple. It's really easy to see if you've got a Provision. We'll do a little history. People hate it today, not just back in the day. That's true. I love it. You're taping off a crime scene with it. It's great. I'll put up some guys that are names that I know. Baerga. We had Cone there. Some of these guys we're just going to go through. I do save all my stickers. I send those out when I sell cards. The big challenge is probably going to be keeping all the trash out of the way. I do have a little surprise. I was able to get my hands on some Fleer 91 football, and I have those off the screen here as well. So we'll be able to look for provisions in those. But I wanted to take a couple of minutes and talk about the provisions. It looks like we got one here, which is great. Second pack. We got our important checklist. Let's get through some of these guys here and let's see who it is. Our first provision. Look at that. Bojackson. Awesome. That's a great way to start. That's a great way to start. So Provisions started. There's an artist. His name is Terry Smith. He saw what Donruss was doing with Diamond Kings, and he's like, yeah, those are cool, but you could be doing stuff like this. So he sent, and as I just knock everything over, of course. So he sent this exact card, the Dwight Gooden, and he sent that to Fleer and said, hey, you could be doing something with this, and I'd love to be a part of it. That letter went unanswered, and a couple of years later, Fleer changed leadership, and the new owners called and said, hey man, we would love to be involved with you. And so that's exactly what happened. They called him up, they worked out a deal, and they started putting these in all of their packs. Now in the 91 Fleer, you've got the black borders in the baseball wax packs. You've got the white border set. Those came, I think it's 12 cards in that one as well. I'm not sure, but there are 12 cards in the black. The white ones came in the actual set boxes. They were like an insert in the set boxes. I don't really do sets. I love packs. So I don't have the white ones. In the Fleer 91 football, we had this gray. I pulled this Howie Long out of a pack the other day. So, yeah, there's a great article on Beckett if you're into this. Just going to go through some of these. Tudor, Kenny Rogers, Juan Gonzalez. There's a great article on Beckett. If you just Google Terry Smith, Provisions, Beckett, it'll come up in the results if you want to know some of the history here. Pete Harnish. Oh, if you don't know, I shout out my Orioles when I get a card in an Orioles uniform. It's annoying. It's obnoxious, just like when we shout during the national anthem. But it's what we do. It's a Baltimore thing. I'm just going to go through these really quickly just so we can have a chance of getting through the entire box, maybe. There's a Boggs. Not going to spend too much time on the commons. I think we'll just do a layer of baseball and then we'll do a football pack. I've got a ton of boxes of baseball, as you can see. I've only got a couple of boxes of the football. I got to get out there and start looking for some more. Oh, I hear. Yeah, our aquarium in Baltimore is fantastic. All right. These cards for football are pretty basic, man. There's a Randall Cunningham. That's nice. There's nothing special about these at all. I do not like them. Sam, I am. They're just, other than the provisions, there's nothing that excites me about the football set for 91. I would have rather had them do something similar to baseball. Rob, next time you're in town, man, we'll have to link up. John Mitchell. Oh. Just have some commons. Brumley Williams. Leonard. There's a Paul O'Neill. Bob Walk. Rob, I know you don't do the football as much. I don't either, really. I have gotten into it recently from starting to do the channel. I grew up without a football team. Baltimore had left and went to Indianapolis. So, I grew up without a team for the majority of my early childhood. And I've said this on the channel before. My dad was a Joe Montana fan, so we rooted for the 49ers. Templeton, Hundley. There's Mark Grace. We rooted for the 49ers and anybody who was beating the Cowboys or Redskins or Eagles. We really just didn't like the NFC East. And we followed Montana over to Kansas City when he went there at the end of his career. Disappointing as it was. And then by 96, the Ravens came to Baltimore. Cost Jackson. And the Ravens used to actually have training camp in my hometown. Oh, nice Frank Thomas there. He was my favorite player as a kid. Mike Greenwell. Ravens used to have training camp in my hometown, so I actually had access to go visit them. They used to practice at what used to be called McDaniel College back then. Now they have their own facility and everything, and you can't get access much anymore. Milligan, oh. There's Maddox. Maddox is probably my favorite pitcher. All right, we've gone through a whole nother layer of the baseball. Let's do a football. I have almost all of the provisions. I'm missing number 2, which is Will Clark, and I'm missing number 10, which is Eric Davis. So if we get some tonight, those are the ones that I'm looking for. Anthony Tony. Yeah, there's nothing special about these football cards. Hey, there's an Emmitt Smith, though. That's always good. We'll take that. I guess that's a win in that pack. Hey, we got an Orioles sticker and a Red Sox sticker. Rob, your Red Sox are in town for our home opener. I think it's March 30th. Anthony. Don't have a pro. Oh, there's an Eric Davis base card. Dave Henderson just got into the Hall of Fame. About time, right? I was happy to see that. Any Dave Henderson fans in? Oh man, that's a nice time to be in town, Rob. I got McGriff, Dawson, Oral. We can all make the joke. Man, that Bo Jackson is sweet. Got Noakes, Hammond. Hey, there's the kid, Griffey Jr., and Jose Canseco right behind him. Yeah, Camden Yards is one of the best parks in baseball. I'm spoiled to be able to go see games there. I love it. If you end up going, make sure you get the crab mac and cheese dog from Stuggy's, which is a local hot dog vendor that has a shop in the stadium. All right. Man, we're striking out on the provisions for right now. Caminiti. That's okay. We'll look at these crime scene cards. Marquise Grissom. All right, it's time for a pack of football. All right, Ray Childress. Hey, there's Dan Marino. Everybody knows Dan. Rob, I'm self-conscious about my my hands now that you've talked about them in your video today. Oh, you did get Anthony Munoz. That was great. All right. Let's get into the next layer. We got to have some more provisions in here. There we go, Rob. I got a giant Boston sticker for you. I have two Robs in my live right now. Rob Cash Cards. I know you're a Cincinnati fan, right? I think we established that. I got another Pete Harnish. Look at that. So if we find that Eric Davis, that'd be nice. Greg Brock, Brian Downing, Shumpert, Heath. Not the guys we want. All right. I'm going through here quickly just so we can get through as many packs as possible. Hey, we got a red sticker. Look at that. Nice. Oh, man. We don't have one here either. Oh, there's Billy Ripken. That's not the... That's one of the many Billy Ripkins that has no value other than the 89 Fleer. George Brett. Alan Trammell. Darren Dalton and Biggio. I like those. All right. All right. Ben McDonald. Oh. Dave Winfield. Willie McGee. Doc. All right. We need to send some good vibes this way so we can pull a provision. Oh, we're up for a football pack. I don't think we are looking positive here. Benny Blades. Hitters, Derek Thomas. He's a beast. Rodney Holman. All right, nothing in that one either. So I know the provisions were around for a couple of years. This is obviously the first year. This kind of set off the craze. I think they ran through 93, if I'm not mistaken. They were never quite as popular as they were here in this 91 year. Had another Frank Thomas with another Mike Greenwell behind him. I think probably the most popular one in 92 was the Griffey. I'm interested. I might have to go get a set just to get those white ones so I can finish the lineup here. I don't think we have one here either. I've definitely hit more than one in a box. Usually hit 2 or 3. So I want to make sure we get through the whole box to give us the best chance. And we'll go from there. Just depending on how long we all want to stay on here. All right. Sandy Alomar Jr. John Franco. I put up the guys who, I try to save guys who I watched as a kid. It's not always Hall of Famers. It's not always people you'd expect. It might just be people I have a memory of or, have a story about. So let's see here. Dale Murphy. Like that. Checklist. All right, we're ready for another football. I'm going to do 2 football. We got to get something. League leaders. Sammy Smith, Jeff Cross. I don't know hardly any of these guys. Bruce Smith we know. Tom Rathman we know. 49er fan. Like I was. Oh, there we go. That's a nice card. Lawrence Taylor on the hitters. Sweet. It's not a provision, but it's a nice card. Anthony Munoz, Dave Meggett, Mecklenburg, Lorenzo White, Warren Williams, Jack Trudeau. Warren Moon. Very nice. All right. Got Eddie Murray. We're just going through the commons and just trying to pull out anybody that's, a big name. I'm not spending a whole lot of time on the commons. I just want to make sure we get as many packs open tonight as possible so we have the best chance of getting the provisions. challenge is going to be me getting anywhere away from my desk after this is over with piles of pack wrappers that are going to be there. There's another Griffey and Canseco behind him. Bobby, I don't know if you're on, but that's for you, buddy. I got to get rid of some of these commons. I got a box under the desk here. All right, got an Oreo sticker. Oh. Man, this is rough. We need to hit another provision here. Senzo, Howell, Tim Raines. There's John Smoltz. All right. If you're just joining us, I talked at the beginning about this card here. This was the one that started it all. The artist, Terry Smith, sent this into Fleer, and then a couple years later, after they changed management, somebody found his letter and thought it would be a good idea. The rest is history. There's an awesome article. If you Google Terry Smith, Provisions, and Beckett, it should come up. It's a Beckett article, and it's just a fun read. My camera's having a little trouble adjusting to the quick movement here. Lee Smith, Hall of Famer, Palmero. All right. Let's see here. We did this one, and then we'll get a couple of football cards. We'll see if we can snag one from there. Ruben Sierra. Tim Hewlett. Oh. Frank Viola. Very nice. All right. I do love the football. I don't know if you saw me hold this one up earlier, but the gray border is pretty sharp. They really stand out because these cards are pretty much trash. There is nothing special. I mean, I guess this was like high tech at the time when you were essentially green screening them and removing the background and just highlighting the player. There's Lawrence Taylor. Maybe that was high technology at the time. Tim Brown. Barry Sanders. There we go. League leaders. Nice, Barry Sanders. Let's do another football pack, and we'll switch back to baseball. Just trying to open as many as we can to get as many opportunities for a provision. We've already hit one. We hit the Bo Jackson. It was like a first or second pack. Bo Jackson was actually at my local mall this weekend. Oh, it looks like we got one. All right. He was at my local mall this weekend, and I just had to have a little like minor surgery thing, so I couldn't go and walk around. I was a little bummed about that, but I'm okay. It was a successful event, I think. There, it was pricey to get stuff signed, like $150, $175. But if he was your childhood hero, man, that's worth it. If you can get a photo op and get something signed, that's awesome. It was disappointed I didn't get out there, but maybe I'll see him on the next go around. So we got a Warren Moon, league leaders. Oh, I was wrong. We got the Bruce Smith All-Pro. I saw that gray border. I got excited. All right, got Boomer. All right, let's get out of this football thing here. Oh, man. We're moving pretty quickly through these commons. I just want to get as many opportunities as we can to see thanks everybody for joining in the live, for liking and subscribing and commenting and following the channel. I really appreciate it. Dan Petrie, Rene Gonzalez. Oh, there's Fernando. Sadly, we lost Fernando this year. I know he did some time with the Orioles. I loved watching him pitch. He's just a fun guy to watch. He made you believe you could do it too, because he was just like he wasn't like a superior athlete. He was just like chunky guy with glasses. Like, he'd get out there and just throw some crazy stuff, and it kind of made you feel like, oh, I could do that. I have a chance. You really don't, but he's a 1 in a million. All right, R.J. Reynolds, Niedenfuhr. He was on the Orioles for a little bit. All right, anybody? Oh, Saberhagen. I appreciate this 91 set. I am going to have to go out on Facebook and look for a set box so I can get the white background Provisions. I don't think we're going to get lucky on this one. Art Monk. Junior Seau. That's a great card right there. Reggie White on the hitter. So many great defensive players back in this era. Emmitt Smith. Hey, if you're just dropping in, we're looking for Provisions. We've got baseball and football we're going through. Derek Thomas of 1991 Fleer. This is in celebration of 100 subscribers on the channel MattBreaksWax. Appreciate everybody who comes out and follows the channel and comments and likes and subscribes. It really does help. Leslie O'Neill. Like Munchak. I know some of these names. They're not a lot of guys, these guys were in this pack are not Hall of Famers or anything crazy like that. So, yeah, I'm not spending a whole lot of time on them. That's not what this video is for. This video is strictly, here we go. Folks, look. Our second Provision of the night is Roger Clemens. I love it when they're on top of the pack. That just makes it so exciting. I love this. You know, he's got the ball like glowing in his hand. I mean, this is great. Love that. Kirk McCaskill, Gene Nelson, Billy Rifkin. Oh, another George Brett, another Trammell, another Dalton. See some of the same patterns in these sets because they used to come off the roller, get cut in the same kind of pattern. So you see some of the same guys. We saw Griffey and Canseco back to back in 2 different packs. We just saw George Brett and Alan Trammell back to back in two different packs. Kirby Kirby Puckett, one of my favorite players from that era. Just great dude. Always smiling, always happy. Just knew I get the feeling like he knew he was playing a kid's game and getting paid to do it, and he was just living his best life. Sad that I think we lost him way too early. All right. Rick Parker, Robin Yount, Cecil Fielder, Dickie Thon, Paul Molitor. All right. I'm still looking for, this is a 12 card set. If you missed that earlier, This is a 12 card set. I'm missing number 2. These are in order. Missing number 2 and number 10. Number 2 is Will Clark, and number 10 is Eric Davis. Once I get the whole set, I have so many boxes to go through. I'm gonna get the set, I know, but my goal is to get a graded set as part of my personal collection. So, anything graded from Fleer 91 is just kind of crazy. I mean, these things are so off center, miscut. I've got a whole box of extras. These are all my repeats that are just not in as good shape as the ones that are up there. So, lots of miscuts. This one here, like, you can just see it's just way, way off. So, my goal is to get some nice ones so I can have a graded set in my personal collection. These are one of my favorite things from my childhood. So I want to invest in that to have for my PC. What kind of stuff do you put in your personal collection? Leave a comment. Let me know. I want to know what you're collecting. Doug DeCenzo. Oh, there's Tim Raines, Charlie Huff, John Smoltz again. All right. I think what I'm going to do these two. We'll do some football for a little bit, see if we can get one out of the football. Hey, look, got our third Provision, Mark McGwire. We talked about quality. This one's, very low in the card. You can see there's not like any gap down here, but that's awesome. We got our third Provision tonight. That's a successful hunt for me. Bob Welch. 3 in a box is good. Carlton Fisk. There we go. I've got 2 packs left in this box here. Let's do some football. I'm going to do 3 or 4 of these. See if we can maybe strike one. So if you read that article from Beckett about Terry Smith, the artist who did these, he was smart because he didn't sell his originals. So like he would sell Fleer the right to use this print for this year. And he was getting somewhere around like $10,000 per print. So, in a 12 card set, $120K, it's not a bad deal back in the early 90s as an artist. And he still owns all the originals. He said he's only sold maybe 1 or 2 over the years because people have hounded him enough to try to sell them. But it's a great article. Go check that out on Beckett about Terry Smith, the original artist who did these. Junior Sale, Art Monk again with the patterns. You'll see these guys. Reggie White, Emmett Smith. Hey, there we go. Another Emmett. That one was better looking than the first one. Darryl Pollard. All right, got another. I really want to get a football. Before we head out for the night. Steve Broussard, Morton Anderson, Brian Blades, Eric Allen. I'm just going through them really quickly because I want to get you a football. Provision. I'm not as familiar with the football set. I just started opening the football this year when I started the channel. So, I mean, I remember these baseball from being a kid. I remember them. They're iconic. But the football was new to me, so I'm still getting familiar with those. And as I mentioned before, the set, if you buy the set, oh, there's an Emmett Smith. Look at that. League leaders, Emmett Smith. If you buy the sets, there's a whole different group of provisions. In the baseball set, it's a white border. and it has a whole different crew of people. So I got to get that as well. Singletary, that's nice. Newton, Bo Jackson, there we go. Look at that. Bo Jackson, that's a fantastic card. Jim Harbaugh. Obviously, we are fans of the Harbaugh family here in Baltimore. All right, Reggie Doby. Aaron Butts. Anthony Carter. Bobby Brister. I'll stop if it's a name I know. Here we go. Nick Lowry, Chiefs kicker. Looks like Farva or Aiden O'Connell. And we got our league leader, Emmitt Smith, again. Those are nice. That one was on the back of the pack, so it's got some wax on it. But that's okay. I want to keep going on the football until we get one. Joe Montana. That's who my household rooted for. We didn't have a team because Baltimore had moved up to Indianapolis. I say moved like it was a positive experience, but, you know, we all know what it was. That happened, you know, in the middle of the night. My dad swore he would never watch, you know, another Baltimore football game. I'm going to go back and finish off the baseball box here. See if we can strike gold, maybe. Like Felder, Donnie Hill, Lou Whitaker, Eric Schau, Aldeer. All right. I'm so excited we got 3 provisions so far. That's kind of was my target for the night. We might get lucky here, folks. Dave Justice. A great card. Checklist. Jesse Orozco. Mike Schwab. Bip Robert Show Price. Joel Skinner. And Jose Canseco. There he is. Our 4th provision for the night is Jose Canseco. Absolute great card. I'm going to put him here. We've watched Bo all night. I'm going to put Canseco up there. Tom Glavine. All right. So we finished off the baseball box. I've got some football left. I want to get a football one, and then we'll wrap it up. I know we're going to hit one here somewhere. All right. I don't want the trash in the video. Merrill Hodge. Okay. Boomer. So these guys, I'm not even going to turn them over at this point. We are just looking for that provision. I don't think we're going to get lucky here in this pack. All right, I've got a pile of cards I'm going to have to clean up. There's a Tim Brown. Lawrence Taylor again. Beast. All right. Troy Aikman. Is that his rookie? No, I think he's an 89 or 90 rookie. Thurman Thomas. Mike Coffer. Steve DeBerg. Sean Landetta. Names we know, mostly from playing video games. There's Mike Singletary. Landetta the punt. I want to get you at least one NFL provision before we get out of here. We got a gray border. All right, it looks promising. Here we go. Zimmerman, Wisniewski, Verdon, Callaway, Grayson. Hey, there's Jerry Rice. Of course. We hit on a Jerry Rice when we're trying to get to this last provision. Bart Oates, Tim McGee, and I think the provision is going to be upside down. So here we go. Joe Montana. There we go. That's awesome. What a way to end the night. Joe Montana. You try to get some more light on that. That's fantastic. Yep. Fantastic. So happy with that. Now Lawrence Taylor behind him. We'll finish off the pack here. Bruce Armstrong. All right. Well, folks, I do appreciate you joining me. We had some great hits tonight. So just to kind of review, we started off, we had the Bo Jackson. Our last baseball was the Jose Canseco. These all look great. The Mark McGwire. And we had the Roger Clemens, one of my favorites. Let's look at that McGwire a little bit closer. Awesome, awesome. Just to not leave anybody out, I mean, Donnie Baseball, he's got a great looking one. I've got a couple of those. And we've got Kirby up here. Kirby Puckets looks great as well. Look, everybody, this has been so much fun. If you drop it in, leave me a comment. What's your favorite provision? Do you like the baseball? You like the football? Black border, white border? I'm going to have to go out and look on Facebook tomorrow and see if I can track down a set to get the white bordered ones. I was so happy to get a Joe Montana out of the football packs. Thank you, everybody. The point of this is just to say thank you for liking, subscribing, and supporting the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. And, let's just keep building this into a fun community to open junkwax era cards. Looking at stuff, usually 87 and 97, maybe even 2007, and some modern stuff too. I love opening new stuff that looks old. So like the Topps Heritage stuff, some of the throwback, inserts and things like that, or reprints in the top stuff that are coming out are really, really fun. I'm having a lot of fun with those. I've got so much content recorded right now. I just got to find the time to upload and get things rolling. I've got more driver's seat box breaks coming up. I just started a new series today called Last Pack Theory. Basically saying, hey, when you walk into a store and you see the last pack on the shelf, you have to buy it, right? Like that's the unwritten rule. Talk about unwritten rules of baseball. There's like an unwritten rule of collecting. If you're in a store and there's a last pack, you have to get it. So, check that out. Thank you for the support and the love. And we'll do this again soon. Have a good one.